Hello from Hollywood, I'm Bella Shaw. Glasnost comes to Hollywood on our front page today. Time Warner has announced plans to build a pair of multi-screen theaters in the Soviet Union as recent events in Eastern Europe have opened up a whole new market for American entertainment. Sandy Kenyon reports.
It's showtime for American movies in Eastern Europe, where the Iron Curtain is lifting to reveal films never shown there before.
It was like East meets West, you know. It's like reaching out across the Berlin Wall. The wall is down. The barriers between men are down.
Piece by piece, step by step, change is coming, which is why the Russians are coming to Hollywood.
We came to study and to be taught also as well.
The course is in American filmmaking and deal-making.
It will not happen in one day, but I believe the day will come when American films will have incredible exposure in Soviet Union and will be presented very well on Soviet market.
Vladimir Dostal also wants to present Soviet films in the U.S., and his task has been made easier because censorship has been relaxed by his government.
Only Glasnost and Perestroika made possible such film about the Soviet army to appear.
The army, the prison system, homosexuality, prostitution, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. No subject appears taboo.
There is no question about freedom of choice or freedom of artistic choice. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Which is also the order of the day for Western filmmakers who travel to the Soviet Union.
Welcome to the Ghost.
The cast and crew of Russia House were filming a tale of Cold War espionage in the heart of what was once called the Evil Empire.
If this would have been approached 5 years ago, it would have been a big niet with underline the word niet.
Now the word is?
Da. Yes, for sure. Da.
Yes, the welcome mat is out, and the Soviets even want to co-produce films with Americans.
I'm Jon.
Jon Voight, that is. And that's Alexander Sirikov, who wants you to call him Sasha.
In the coming together and working these things out, we will be serving to make the world a little closer.
Which is also the idea behind another plan announced last week to beam a portion of this year's Oscar show from Moscow.
East has met West on the common ground of international show business, and the result is a honeymoon for both sides. But significant problems remain to be worked out before such goodwill translates into hard cash.
They don't have hard currency. And the lack of hard currency means that you aren't going to see the big American films distributed there. And although people like to talk about 500 million people suddenly have a desire to see American movies, the reality is those 500 million people haven't got hard rubles to pay for it with, and they're not going to get it until they do.
In the meantime, classic films can fit the bill.
Gone with the Wind, for example.
But the winds of change aren't just confined to the movie theaters.
Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song.
Poland will soon get to experience the Wonder Years on TV.
The theme and the messages of a Wonder Years translates anywhere.
If I could just get her to talk to me.
American television provides a window to the West for Eastern Europeans.
Cardiac Colombo, Charles Angels, or Miami Vice, which we have.
Artists have more freedom. Beata Pozniak's home is the home of solidarity, Gdansk, where she rose to become a top star in all of Poland.
I left on the volume.
But her new home is in the West, where she came for more freedom of expression.
And sometimes I just think that I'm on a different planet, but it's exciting.
Here and there, East and West, film is fast becoming a truly universal language.
I think it shows you that civilization is savable and that we can pass ideas around the world and make this into a planetary sort of consciousness.
I consider this time as a very exciting, really very exciting time.
A time when, as one of them put it, all things seem possible, even things once deemed impossible.
The dialogue is just beginning, and some observers believe it could be 5 to 10 years before an exchange of movies becomes truly profitable for both sides. So for now, those involved are content to call themselves pioneers, trying to keep pace with the swift changes in Eastern Europe. Bella.
Sandy, are movies as much a part of Soviet life as they are in the United States?
If anything, movies are more popular in the Soviet Union. Tens of millions of Soviets go to the cinema every single week, and one reason is cheap prices. They pay just a few cents to go. We pay more than a few dollars.
Are those movies current?
Well, the Soviet films are, of course, current, but the U.S. film sometimes takes years to get there.
Takes a while. Okay, thanks, Sandy.